part 2. Got some Roma tomatoes here. And again, this lot have also fallen over. Up here, I've got some Cherokee purples, which, that's those guys down there. So they're a bit like a beefsteak, but they obviously got purpley hue because that's their name. So they're not quite ready yet. So last year wasn't overly successful in getting a good harvest on them. And hopefully this year, despite the fact that everything's fallen over, I'm hoping that I'll get a bit more of a harvest. So around this side, you can see everything is just collapsed. And we have beefsteaks. We've harvested lots of here, and we've got more that are coming up. So I'll probably pick that one later on tonight. And yeah, there's lots, and there's lots of flowers at the top. But yeah, everything is fallen over. It's a bit of a disaster. We've got some of these yellow cherry tomatoes. They're really nice. Just eat them. Just go and pick them and just eat them like lollies. And this one is a Roma, which generally I get, sorry it's a bit tricky, I generally get some fruits. Oh, there's one there, look. It's ready. And harvest that one. It's a nice one, eh? And the borage has finished. That's another job. I need to chop that out when I get back from Mexico. You can see that this is what happened with the Cherokee purples last year. Got some kind of bug or something, so I'll probably pull that out and throw it away before I leave. So I need to get this borage out of the way so we can get into that we can really see, but we've got such a shambles in the tomato department, but everything is still growing tomatoes. Over here, the butternut squash is encroaching on the lawn, which hasn't been mowed for a while, but everything is just taking off. So we've got some nice big butternut squashes. And the corn, I think by the time I get back from Mexico, it'll be ready to harvest. We've got some really fat cobs. We've already eaten one or two. And there's butternut squash everywhere. There's lots of them. They have prickly leaves. This zucchini plant's done really well. Not sure if we've got these look like male flowers, but we'll see if it pops out any more. But as you can see, that's also, I probably should take some of those leaves off. Pulled up the beetroot a wee while back, and now I've still got to process. The beans haven't been as prolific as last year, but gosh, you can't have everything all the time, can you? And we've got some more of those Sunshine 100 yellow tomatoes here. There's actually 4 tomato plants here, and again we've got some in here that are ripe and ready to pick, but they've kind of leaning over into their neighbour section, so that's okay. Here the sunflowers all finished, and I pulled the heads off, and I'm going to, most of the heads, so I'm going to pull the rest of these off and just get the seeds. And in here we had corn and beans. Oh look, we've got a little cluster of beans there to pull out. And I'm just going to leave these until the rest of the stuff under there. I'm going to put the sunflower stuff back into the dirt. And look at that, they keep popping out another flower. You know, I've taken the heads off. Not this particular one, but I've taken heads off. And this one has got 1, 2, 3. Can you see that one? Where's that one gone? 3 new flowers. And it's already got one that's finished here. So yeah, that one's got a new flower on. So I've chopped all the heads off them because I want the seeds, and they pop out new flowers. So this one has got 2 new flowers on coming out. I didn't know sunflowers did that, but apparently they do. So butternut squash is going everywhere. So I put these ice cream containers underneath to keep them off the dirt. Seems to be working quite well. And there is 2 more hiding in there, and there's more in there. This is pumpkin. Again, it was going everywhere. Some of them don't make it, and I sent it into I turned it. It keeps trying to go into the paddock. I said, no, come back this way. So we'll see heaps of there. We've got the watermelons that are doing quite well. We'll see whether they're going to be ripened up for us, but we've got quite a few of those. And there's another one in there. There's quite a few in here. Quite looking forward to eating some watermelons and see what happens. There's two big ones there. Can you see those great big ones in the middle there? They're looking quite big. And there's another one here. In here we've got some more courgettes, green courgettes this time. I harvested most of them yesterday, but I've got a couple more forming down there. You can see two more coming behind. And in these little bags there's a little hammock for the pumpkins that are growing up high. So in here we've got more courgettes. You have to keep an eye on them because next minute you've got them in marrow because they've got really big. There's one there that could get harvested, and there's a cucumber in there. And oh, there's 3 watermelons just there. And there's a couple more over here. We've got a couple more in the grass, in the foliage down there. So pumpkins growing up and over this support, doing quite well. The potatoes is ready to harvest. February they were due, but you can see that they're all starting to die back now. So they're looking ready to harvest. That was the job that I knew I was going to do when I came back from Mexico. So here's the kumara patch, just gone really big. Probably March before I'll harvest the kumara that's in there. There is some nightshade. There is a few potatoes in there. The borage is finished, sort of died, and then we've got pumpkins. You can see that one that's hiding in the pumpkin patch there. These are, and there's another one, if you can see it, another one in there. There's 3 big ones just there. And the pumpkin is going everywhere. There's another one. I don't know if you can see that one as well. But there is another one in there. Oh, can just see it there. Can you see it just there? So, and then there's another one down there. And it's going into the yams. Now the yams, these guys are the yams, and they take a bit longer in the ground, but they're being encroached by the pumpkins. We've got another one just there. There's about, I think there's counted about a dozen pumpkins in this patch here. Now, underneath all this grass, which is tiny grass, looks quite spectacular, but there is more kumara in there. This is kumara here, this leaf. So, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to harvest that, but that'll be a problem for later on, but it does look quite nice. A little bit of nightshade we need to pull out, and some more potatoes and yams in here. We've already pulled a few potatoes out just as we use them, but this whole area, my hydrangeas, is just got so overgrown. It's all a little bit overwhelming, so I think sometimes that will just wait until I actually harvest stuff and clear out the whole area before we do anything with that.